we started understanding the person was right. We need to understand the person. How to understand an opposite person? By understanding through words, like how they are speaking, how confidently they are talking. First is the eye contact, second is communication, third is body language, and now comes to this the characteristics. Why people are being cheated? Because of these gaps. The people won't be able to assess the person either he is a trustable or workable person or not. Until unless we can't be able to assess the person's mentality or personality, then we may blindly believe their words. Then ultimately what will happen? Over a period of time, cheating may get happen. Right or wrong, teachers? For that. If you see, I will tell you few activities and few kind of elements which we need to learn it. First element is behaviors. First we need to evaluate the behavior by observing the people. How to assess the behavior? First, behaviors, if you see, there are certain things are Adam, here three different types of behaviors. First is assertive. First is assertive. A-S-S-E-R-T-I-V. Assertive behavior. Whatever I have, I completely obey that. Example, if it is if somebody is asking you to just to do something like this, and I will say, I can't. Why? Because I have already engaged. I am already engaged with some other work at the same time. It may not possible. Then the people might feeling anger on you. But even though that is called as an assertiveness, whatever things are there, they will be waiting that. Whatever, because most of the time what happens, the people may not be able to. This is also called as an integrity liberation. Either the people are in front of us or not in front of us, we need to do the same kind of personality. That is called as an integrity. Similarly, assertiveness, whatever the things we are doing, whatever the things we need to tell, but clearly explain that. And the second is non-assertive. Non-assertive behavior. What is the non-assertive behavior? So, what is the non-assertive behavior? Non-assertive means, actually, if you suppose to go and pick your kid at 4:30 from her school, your daughter. But in between, actually, your management call up one sudden meeting. Then you may definitely ask, right, ma'am, sorry, actually, I supposed to pick her. If required, I will pick her and I'll come back to the meeting. That is called as assertiveness. Openly you can say. Openly you can say everything. But, okay ma'am, okay. No ma'am, okay, just this is only 15 minutes meeting. Okay, it may get accomplished. In between you just call up somebody to hold your data for another 15 minutes. Then you may leave like that. Then immediately what you need to do? Non-assertive. Non-assertive will obey. Okay ma'am, right. So the thing is that this is how it is, like the people are losing the big picture in their life. Because somebody came and approached you and asked you to pay 10,000 rupees first leg, second leg another 10,000 rupees, and third leg whenever the 10,000 rupees is being paid by somebody, you will get 5,000 per every month. Kind of things are going on in outside. Right or wrong? Marketing. These are all aspects, and sometimes LICs. Sometimes kind of various aspects the people are being approaching for the sake of their own benefits. But the people are, who are the target for them? Who are the target for them? Non-effective, because non-effective can listen everything. And third is aggressive. What is this? Aggressive. Aggressive means these aggressive people always trying to dominate in the society. They used to wear white and white. They will take some gold plastic chains. They will be like that. Everywhere, every family, every function, if you see one person is there. He may not do anything, but he will build up the people. Right. So aggressive manner, the people are who are having a good voice modulation, like a good tone of their voice. Yes. Everywhere there will be one person in an aggressive posture. But these aggressive postures will eat non-effective like a chocolate. Because they are obeying. I definitely obey my Babai. Actually, my uncle is there in my family to take any decisions. That is a wrong decision or right decision. These boys are good problem. Good person is okay. If it is a bad, then problems will resume. Okay? So this is how it is like assertive, non-assertive, and aggressive. These are all three different types of behaviors. Understood? Teachers? One more example I wanted to tell you. Assertive. You will say, if you find some kind of student every time he is not wearing dress properly, you can just immediately inform the respective parent. Your son is not properly wearing his shoe or dress every day. So please make sure that he has to be properly wear properly. If it is a non-assertive teacher, ignores. Okay, let him be cello. But aggressive teacher will shout out. You don't have a manner. Your son is not up to the mark. You should correct him. Teacher should not be an aggressive manner. Why? Because the teacher is completely giving a holistic development and personality traits to the student in terms of actions, in terms of demonstrating the things. Right or wrong? Teachers understood? Yes, what is the difference between these three? Understand? Yes. Madam, are you able to do that? Otherwise, you can see here. So, these are all three different type of these things. Behaviors. Then after, now comes to this. Second aspect is feelings. What is this? Feelings. How many feelings are there? Any guesses? So, there are 4 different types of feelings are there. What is the first feeling is? First feeling is sympathy. Do you know? We commonly know sympathy. So who are like we usually use this word most of the cases? Sympathy. Who will use this word mostly? Ma'am, say little louder. Absolutely right. Excellent. You couldn't get that. Man was not be able to get your voice. Little louder. So thing is that sometimes what happens most of the time the politicians are using this word. I'm speaking slowly only, but my voice is reaching out. This is called as a voice modulation. If we are able to designate even in the able to reach the last student also, that are also called as a voice modulation. Is this required for the teachers or not? It's a very requirement. Are you be able to learn it? Then you have to follow my instructions. If you want me to come every day to train? Yes, sir. Great, ma'am. Thank you for your concern. So thing is that sympathy is the first feeling. What is this sympathy? Sympathy means, he just reached his like a 10th class. He could not be able to reach first class as he was expected. Just he secured with the second class only. Then immediately we approach them. Don't worry, beta. Don't worry. Next time definitely you get it. Right or wrong? This is called as sympathy. And second is empathy. What is the empathy? Every person should align with this quality. If everybody is aligning this quality, then they'll become a super leader in the society. I gave, already hint has been given. Now tell me. Leaders first primary quality, empathy. Aggressive, no ma'am. That are all behaviors, I said you. Now these are all feelings actually. Empathetic. Empathy means like you are supposed to be there in their situation. Example, one rickshaw puller was throwing his rickshaw towards the upside very hardly. He may not be able to reach, but if we just seeing that, because let him do his job, let him do his duty. He's a puller, he's doing his work only. But if we have good empathy, people are having an empathy, immediately go and approach him and support towards the achievement. Because empathy means like whenever the people are trying to do something, for example, students, madam. So, teachers, do you understand what is the empathy? Empathy is supportiveness. Like we need to bear. For example, sometimes student may be not be able to understand. He may not done the homework. First, you have to think empathetic process. If we are not be able to deal in the empathy, then the people will, what will they do? They may develop kind of negative thoughts towards the particular person. Right or wrong? That moment onwards, he started hating the particular teacher again. My teacher always shouting on me. My teacher always beating in front of everyone. Like this. If it is like this, of course, nowadays and nobody is beating the students, I know that. But thing is that if you are able to shout in front of any other people, their self-esteem may drop on. Self-esteem may impact it. So psychology is a very different matter. Everything is a matter in the psychology. Even self-esteem is also matter, self-confidence also matter, self-resilience. Self-resilience is a matter. Actually, self-resilience comes from the knowledge. Self-confidence comes from the learning. Self-esteem comes from the situations. These three are very vital for every teacher to understanding. If you are able to understand that your name, your student may not forget your name ever in their life. Of course, you are a 4th class teacher or 10th class teacher or intermediate Medchal even. Your student may not forget your fellow by treating one incident. I was having one teacher when I was in 5th standard. Still I remember her name. Why? Even though I am 41 years old now, I had 20 years of a professional expertise even. Still I could be able to remember my school days, school teachers. Because the way they treated, right or wrong, whatever we are doing, it has to be comes back as a reciprocation. Will you agree, teachers? The reciprocation is a very vital part for the teachers, especially the teaching, in the profession of teaching profession. This is the empathy. Empathy now is required. Today people who see voices all night will be able to hear. Ma'am, please involve. And third, yapathy. Yapathy. I related M in between that. Apathy. What is an apathy? Did you just see that apathy is like a complete poverty involved with the scenario. Example, he will not be able to do any cover, but he is thinking that I supposed to be there. If I become a CM of the state, I could have been implement these many things. Like the feelings the people are trying to just impress the other people. Impression, for the sake of an impression, to get kind of attention from the others is called as yapathy. Yapathy comes into this part. Okay? Okay, teachers? So, apathy is like that. If you are watching the series, TV series, then you can see easily the kind of characters where mother-in-law and daughter-in-law were fighting against on them. Then immediately, if he as a mother-in-law, she always proposing the mother-in-law towards supporting towards her. And if he said daughter-in-law, then she definitely proposing the particular daughter-in-law by evangelates, like involving or evaluating the character. You also can be involved in that particular characters like that. So this is all Vinisha and yapathy. And the fourth is pity. Pity means pityness. If people could not be able to just achieve something, then immediately these people who are having a kind of pityness, okay, world is closed. There is no opportunities. Your life is like this. You are a bad person. Unfortunately, you born in this family. Otherwise, you could have been developed like this because of what by your parents. The people will be pity. People are always being kind of confidence towards the situations. We may not be able to affect by anybody within our own life, within our own actions. Our things and our life will be generated. Right or wrong, teachers? Our life will not be designed by somebody. It has to be designed by ourselves, by actions, by learning. For example, as a teacher, you can be able to execute something there. It can be given an output. For example, your school, as a class teacher, I am telling, if you have a 30 students across the class, if 30 students are not being passed, who is the fault? No. It's a valley because their aspirations are various. Like what happened in the classroom, 30 students are there, but 30 students won't have the same capability of understanding. Do we agree, teachers? Strongly agree, right? You have to say strongly agree. Say out. Yes. I am not yes or no button man. I am a human to understanding emotions. Okay? So, because there are three reasons. Shall I tell you? First reason is they may have kind of visual capability. Visual capability. First capability is a visual capability. By seeing, by watching, by observing through eyes, they can be able to understand or save. Right, teachers? Because these people can have good IQ levels. Because these people are having a photographic memory. Photographic memory, when the camera is shooted one particular picture, immediately can be saved it. Similarly, these people are having an IQ level also. Because by seeing or watching, they can be able to understand or memorize for a long time. Second learning aspect which you see, auditory. Auditory, what is this? Auditory? By listening, whatever languages, especially if you see, if you are able to say some Hindi story or English story or Telugu story, they can be able to remember forever. Still, we may able to remember few things from our childhood, right or wrong? As a teacher, just ignore this. We could be able to recall few stories of our childhood. Either it is 3rd class or 6th class or 8th class, somewhere. Right or wrong? So, this is how it is like an auditory people can be able to remember for long lasting. And third is, what is this third? Third is kinesthetical learners. Kinesthetical learners is India. In our India, ancient Indian practices, if you see, Nalanda University, Takshashila, these are all universities being taught that color therapy, natural therapy, aromatherapy, sound therapy, there are several therapies are being created. Why? Because some people strong in sounds, some people strong in visuals. Actually, what happened? These are all being already closed. Why? Because these are all practices are not being done. Because in 1835, some incident has happened. 1835, what could have been happening? Any social teacher here? History? Okay. I will not ask anybody. But one thing, Thomas Medchal is a British Governor General, has passed English medium, has introduced English medium in India behalf of Industrial Revolution. Because Industrial Revolution, what they required the people to be work with them. Earlier in India, the people are like a family. Nobody will be convinced for somebody. But now, everybody can be convinced. It is a kind of open receptor and open opportunity for everybody to cheat, to try to do something. Right or wrong? So, 1835, Thomas Medchal has introduced an English medium plan. The people are having a fixed mindset. A for apple, B for ball, C for cat, D for dog. Still, not only 1835, still it is at 2025. Even still we are following the same. What could have been changed? That is why there are many patients are coming from patients are making every year. Most of the patients are coming from the students, psychological patients, because peer phobias, subject fears, various psychological and behavioral challenges. So teachers, is this useful information? 1835, one kind of bad incident has happened, still it is continuing. And this is how it is like visual learner, auditory and kinesthetical learners are there. In India, I am telling you 70% are, in India, 70% kinesthetical learners. These learners only. That's why earlier we were having a kind of practices. Our school is not like this kind of infrastructure earlier. It was in the temples. Earlier schools was located in temples only. Temples, in every village you see the temples are there. In the temple they used to teach that. So earlier there was. So is this useful? And now I hope you understand about the 4 type of feelings and 3 different type of learnings. Why it is impacting like this? The pickiness, this can be personality traits can be rejuvenated because of few learning disabilities. Learning disabilities means we are feeding this. These are all techniques actually. If you are able to understanding and giving kind of training towards these three different aspects, definitely I am telling you, every student is a topper in your classroom. Every student, because visual learners may 6 or 7 only. Auditory learners may 12 or 16 only. But kinesical learners are around 80% or 70 to 80% there only. So that's why. And one more thing is that, teachers, one more thing is that if you are able to aligning this kind of, integrating these kind of practices in your day-to-day practice as a teacher, you definitely see the variation in the society as well. So, this is how it is like. So far I told about the behaviors. How many behaviors?
3 types.
Say confidently, madam. 3. Very good. My voice is like this and your voice is not even I could not be able to hear it properly. Okay. How many types of feelings?
4.
4 different types of feelings. Okay. Now let me tell you one frank thing of emotions. I can't able to say how many types of emotions. But there are certain types of emotions. But these are emotions can be just manipulated depending on the particular scenarios. For example, see here, behavior I said, behavior I said, feeling I said, right? Now I am telling about the personalities. First is parental ego state. How many egos? Egos. Do you know what is the ego? Ego. Okay, it's kind of personality trait. Ego is the personality trait which is being indirectly can be indicating towards the people's behavior. So, parental ego is like how we are able to treat the other person by dominating entirely. Example, earlier if you see in the family, one person could be able to take one decision. Right or wrong? Every person there would be some kind of adults to take any decisions. Parental ego is like earlier if you see the old movies, old pictures, father was saying, without my permission, nobody will move out. Without, like our mothers also done the same kind of practices. Your father need to, after your father arrive in the home, then we can eat together. Earlier, there was a joint family system was there. There was a particular aspects has been implemented. Right or wrong, teachers? So, that time actually the parental ego is nothing but like whatever I know that I said na, that is right. Bossism. Everybody in the family even, nowadays the parents also started saying the kind of excuses. Sir, my daughter may not be accepted, my son may not be accepted. Let me ask him. If he is okay, then let me entertain for this class. Right or wrong, teachers? Whenever you are guiding for Navodaya entrance or particular any Samata exam or any kind of competition exam, if you are set to the concerned parent may not take a sole decision nowadays. They are telling that, sir, let me ask with my daughter one opinion. What is the opinion? Every day they are with you. You know better than them, their capacity. But even though decisions are pending, because the parents also not be in this position, parental ego nowadays transformed into the children, most of the cases, especially pampering childs who are being pampered well, who are everything they are used to give, they used to survey, they used to something like these people can be do like this. And the second is child ego. What is the child ego? Child ego is nothing but like I'm saying something to ma'am. What's your name, ma'am? Soumya. Okay. Ma'am, what's your name? Monica. Okay. And I was saying something to Soumya, ma'am, regarding Monica, ma'am. And I'm saying that, ma'am, okay, I gave the frank opinion about her, but you don't say to her, don't share this information. I am saying by believing you, that definitely, she definitely shares this. Right or wrong? Right or wrong? This is called as a child ego feeling. I can't able to beat them. I can't able to punish them. I do punish by saying some gossips with somebody's. The most of the cases, the people are missing their promotions, missing their growth, and resigning the jobs because of child ego. They are complaining against their superiors with the other superior. That these two people are used to drink together. That definitely we discuss. Then after they decided, okay, we better get Pawan. He's just showing me some kind of, he shared me some bad information about you. Then definitely there's some kind. That is why child ego is a very dangerous. Adult ego also challenge, very dangerous. And third is, comes to this, which kind of ego? Sorry. Adult ego. What is an adult ego? Adult ego is kind of ego where can be able to understand the situation-based problem solving aspects. Example, one person got delayed by reaching the home. Example, your daughter. Daughter came from the tuition little later, and you might be pushed up with a kind of angerness on her because she not came. Every day she used to come before 8, but at this time 9 o'clock. You must have kind of dimensional thoughts about herself. What could have been happened? Whether her bike is punctured, or bus got late, or somebody any kind of problem, or tuition teacher, or actually made her sit for another 1 hour extra. You can't be able to. So that's what actually the adult ego, the most of the cases the people may not be able to understand their practicality. If you are in the place of an adult ego, you should not shout on anybody instantly. Okay, let me understand what he is saying about it. There must be give some kind of clarity by sharing the truth incident, what could have been happened. Then you must be able to agree that. Right or no? So, if your student is not being done this homework, then immediately you may not shout. Actually, adult ego, just you have to just understand that circumstances what could have been how made him like that scenario in front of you on the day. So adult ego is like that. So these are our 3 different egos. Just understanding that how we are able to facing the scenarios, how we are giving a reciprocation to the situations. So these are our 3 emotions, egos. Egos only trapping or mapping our emotions. So that's why it's an important one. So far you learned 3 dimensional way paths so far, right? And let me tell you one more thing. Feelings I said, actually why few students are great, why students are not great, up to the mark. What could have been happening? In the present competitive era, if you see the 21st century, where we are all? 21st century now. It's a 21st century generation. We may not be like an earlier teaching skills. We need to update ourselves, Even mobile phone, smartphone, we are updating every 4 hours or 6 months once. They are sending some updates and we are updating our mobiles. But why won't we, our skills as a teachers? Right or wrong, teachers? but our skills are not being able to upgrade them. The parents are overlapping your abilities, right or wrong? For that, what we need to update first? There are four major aspects we need to upgrade our skill set. First is intelligent quotient. Have you been heard this? Yes, ma'am. Oh, great. This is also called as yes. IQ. Everybody used to say you are an IQ. That's why you could be able to remember for a long, right? What could have happened? That person must have kind of boosting IQ. Good IQ levels. Only he could be able to deliver. He could be able to understand. He could be able to learn it faster because of IQ. And second is emotional quotient. What is this? EQ. Emotional quotient means behaviors, situational handling skills. Example, if you are asking something to the particular respective parents, the parents may not be able to answer it. They started shouting on you. Man, you should not ask like this. Because my kid always, I know what is. He's always trying to bring somebody's secret inside of him. He's taking a conference every time from the particular students and peers. And let me give you one kind of information like that. The immediately the parents might not be accepted. Why? Because they're saying that we are very careful, we are very highly disciplined, we are all educated, our kids may not be done like that, right? Emotional balance, like a situation, how to handle the situation, how to interact the people, how to behave against on the scenario. Example, anybody that comes out as a problem, we need to give an instant solution for them. Right or wrong, teachers? For that, emotional quotient is our comes under this. Emotional quotient is a balance of them. The people can be become a good listener, good speaker, good, relevant, correct and perfect person and a professionally, personally. If IQ is a good, he treat is a wife is a very good way, very good man. Like where to balance her, his or her personal life. Most of the time, I know what to do, right? The wives also challenging on the husband, husbands also started challenging on their wives. But actually, these are all 50-50. They have to bring it as a 100% perfection of their life. Right or wrong? If the family will be balanced, then the wife has to put the 50% effort, husband has to be compromised for the another 50%. They need to compromise 50% and another 50% need to be advisable for everybody, each other. Then the family can be super beautiful. Right or wrong? The emotional quotient is a very vital part to balance the various processes and the situations to be handled. And the third is creativity. What is the creativity? Yes, making new things. Every time they are thinking like every time, how many of you are not using creativity even single day? Even single day, we are all using our creativity every day, every moment. You believe it or not? You also feel small reasons. That also comes from creativity. Right or wrong? I got delayed to attend a meeting. Immediately I told, oh sorry, I could not be able to charge my device, so that's why I could not be attended on time. Could you please consider this? That could have been some other counseling session could have been happened or some other commitment could have been. Otherwise I got delayed something. Sometimes I got delayed my flight. I could not be able to reach on time. Could you please consider for me another 1.5 hours? You need to say, right? These are all from where? Instead of practicality, sometimes we may have due the complaint. Because what happened? As a person, as a trainer, if I am not on time, you may create some kind of bad impression towards what is the kind of trainer he is. His punctuality is not up to the mark. Right or wrong, teachers? So that's why the creativity quotient need to be taken. Like the creativity quotient, for example, I got different type of medals. I have a high number of awards and rewards. I'm a university topper. But I came to the job. Actually, ma'am, I came to the ma'am by giving an interview. Ma'am was asking one question. I am supposed to be there in the position to answer her question. Otherwise, will you provide the job? I'm a topper, right? University topper. Ma'am say, no, no. Why? Because person required intellectual person, how to deal in the situation, how to handle the particular question to be answered, how innovatively he is thinking, how creatively he is delivering the result, like the answer, how different, like logically as well, right? For logical and creativity is required. And fourth is adversity quotient. Have you heard this? Of course, this morals do not be heard mostly. Adversity quotient is AQ. What is an adversity quotient? Adversity quotient is nothing but pain bearing capacity. Pain bearing capacity. Example, one person has got loss of 50 crore. Rupees are in business. Example. Or somebody is being cheated by 5 lakhs. 5 lakhs rupees. In the trust. Or something. Somewhere he just got cheated or deviated. Then would he take any decision about his life? But nowadays, children are for the sake of marks. They are taking a decision to suicides. Right or wrong? Because of marks. Because they already said and explained that I will definitely crack this exam. Any cost like that, they must be shared that. And they may not be able to crack it. Then they decided it. It's a life is gone. This is how it is in the most of the cases, the most of the students becoming victims. Do you agree, teachers? What do you agree? Won't you agree?
Agree.
Won't you agree? Because of parents only, pressured by parents. After this session, actually you can create one group, then you can add me. I can give you kind of stuff as a psychological aspects. I can share the few videos of mine. You can understand how parents are feeling, how problems are arising. You can Google it, Mindvision Venugopaal. You can see my videos in a social media even. So thing is that, so one, first is intelligent quotient, and the second is emotional quotient, third is creativity quotient, fourth is adversity quotient. These four are running the life, These two are an indicator for the career success. Anybody wanted to success in their career, they require IQ and EQ. But anybody wants to success in their life, example, life success. They require creativity and adversity. We can create a new innovation, and at the same time we need to stand out of any kind of problems. Then our life can be succeed. So this is how it is like. These are formula speeches. These two are one formula. These two are another formula. This is for the career. This is for the life. Anyhow, anybody wants to live their life, what they require as a human. What is the minimal requirement for the survival of human? Primary requirements: food, cloth, shelter. Moreover, nothing. But the people are always fighting against more than those. Food, cloth, shelter is a common thing. Every day, okay, it's going. But we require refrigerator, we require a car, we require a cloth for every function. Every time the people are supposed to go for the function, they should not wear the same dress for the next function. They should buy at least with from the finance or EMI process. Unfortunate part is that the corporates also strongly introducing the schools in the 0% EMIs. Right? Everywhere 0% EMIs are available for furniture, cloth, food, everywhere. So this is how it is. What to invest, what not to invest. The people won't have a clarity. Whatever the primary needs already being present in everywhere. Nowadays, why people are suffering from health issues, you know? They are eating more than their requirement. What is the calorie level? We need to have a sufficient calorie per day. Then our body will be present. There is no life-threatening diseases or lifestyle diseases like diabetes, hypertension, heart attacks, any kind, even cancer. Earlier you see in black and white movies, if you see old movies, old pictures, only Karopatis were having a heart attacks. Karopatis were having a cancer. But nowadays, everybody, why? Because lifestyle, completely changing the lifestyle, food habits, everything. Because we are comparing with everybody in a movie. Actually, the person is just a 15,000 worth of salary holder, but is comparing with some kind of fellow who are having a 1 lakh earner. Is how he is married, the same way he is also doing the marriage. If you are asking anything that, sir, one time in the life, sir. One time in the life, only in the life also gets spoiled. Right or no? One time in the life, marriage can be happened. At the same time, one time in the life, complete liabilities can be raised. Then over a period of time, what is the problem? So this is how it is, teachers. We need to evaluate it. That is why, whatever I gave an introduction, at the time of an introduction, I told you one thing. India required 55 lakhs psychologists. All of a sudden everybody become a psychologist? No. At least an existing psychological aspects, you are all dealing your students and parent mentalities. You are the practical one where can be treated like a psychologist. Will you agree? Will you agree, teachers? Now tell me, is this a correct reason to behind I inspired you to become a psychologist? Are you? How many of you are ready now? Tell me. Again, 3 or 4. Okay. So, teachers, one thing I wanted to tell you: if you are not be able to understand anything everywhere, please don't be like a non-assertive. Be assertive. If you are on assertive state, nobody will laugh at anybody. I'm telling you. I am also done. I was a Telugu medium guy. I was a Telugu medium student. I was studied in the Jilla Parishad Boys School, Kavaleshwaram, East Godavari. But I learned many things. My school was Saradar Cotton's horse station actually. So, whatever we learned it, that our intellectuality, the language may not come by learning grammar. Grammar? Very good. Attentive, very good. So, by learning grammar, language may not come. By speaking, by practicing every day, to discuss, group discussions. As a teacher, if you are able to do some kind of discussion, everything is in English. Hi ma'am, how are you? Had your lunch? Had your dinner? Actually today, how was the day? I was really happy the way the students are done like this. Be able to speak something, started saying something, started like a voice conversation in the WhatsApp, then you can develop your fully English communication skills. Because before I started this session, I was asking somebody in the office actually, she was saying that actually it's better speaking in Telugu only my teachers. I was feeling bad somewhere. Why? Because you should not do like that. Nobody will decide somebody's capabilities. Right or wrong, teachers? You are all well capable. Right or wrong? Everybody understood? Any doubts so far? No. Anything won't be able to understand so far like this? I'm telling you, everything can be possible if you are trying for something. For example, daily we need to do just 1% practice. This is also called as Kaizen technique. It's a powerful and most advanced, most practiced and well-known technique from Japanese. After Second World War, Japan nowhere in the world, almost disastered. From there, they have been developed and they have been equipped. Now, world's the best technologies were meant by Japan. Even our refrigerators, Mitsubishi ACs, everything from Daikin. We used to buy 20,000 extra cost. We used to buy those electronics. Why? Because Japanese technology. Similarly, one more secret I wanted to reveal, teachers. Are you ready? Have you been heard this? Hey, what a sense, huh? While I won't able to communicate even the sixth sense. Very good, ma'am. I really like the way you are asking. So, I really feeling bad, ma'am. Why? Because you are all intellectuals. Won't your students become an intellectual? Let them also reach your expectations. Right or wrong? What you done so far, Kalpan, to develop up to this level? Sixth sense. What is the sixth sense? How many sense organs we have? 5. Okay? 5 senses. Out of how many are we are using? Using eyes, nose, ears,
tongue.
Ears, tongue, and fifth is skin. Anybody wants to become a topper, concentration can be possible if any student can be able to use 5 sense organs at a stretch. Have you been ever seen or observed any student of yours? 5 sense organs. While you say the lessons, while you explaining the lesson, they must be attentive with their eyes. They must be attentive with their ears. They must be attentive with the replying through tongue. They must be attentive with the nose, even nose. Why? Because whenever the nose can be give the complete attention, it's a very near to the brain. The nose is an organ where can be just give a complete information through smell. Have you been seeing the new books? You used to smell books, right? It's a good smell. Best. Earlier, chocolate flavor pennings are there. When I was studying, that time we used to buy Montex pen. Kind of things. Still we remember. So guys, so teachers, so these are all 5 senses are required to develop the concentration. Concentration. How many? Do you know the way path of develop the concentration? How many of your students are okay, sir? They are up to the mark. They are well in the studies. Any? Everybody? You won't have any problem with the student grasping power? in your school? How many in the classroom average? How many students are not up to the mark? Average 28 or 27 out of 30. Oh, super. Great. So here see, out of 30, just to 25 we can say. It is may not be up to the mark every time. Right or wrong? As a teacher, what you done? What you done so far? As a teacher, what you done so far? What you can do, sir? Everything they are paid only. You are giving me an indicator like that only. So thing is that as a teacher, it's a complete responsibility to develop them holistically. Holistically, in terms of skills, in terms of knowledge, in terms of abilities. Right? For that, we have CSS program, Cognitive Skills Scalar Training Program workshop. In this workshop, what will happen? I will train your students to become a genius. Every student become a genius. Every person, before we born from the mother's womb, we already achieved 24 crore 99 lakhs 99,999 elements. Any guesses? From mother womb, before we born as a human, we already succeed here. How many? We chase the competition from? How many? 24 crores, 99 lakhs, 999,999, 999 people already users within mother's womb. Before we born, if I said in Telugu, it would be very emotional, ineffectively can we understand. This people, అంటే ఇన్ని కోట్ల మందిని ఓడించి నెగ్గింది ఒక పుణ్యకరమే. అదే మనిషికైనా మనకి రీప్రొడక్టివ్ సిస్టమ్ తెలుస్తుందని టీచర్స్ మనందరూ నేర్చుకుంది. రీప్రొడక్టివ్ సిస్టంలో స్పామ్ సెల్స్ ఇన్ని పెడితే ఒకే ఒక స్పామ్ సెల్ మనిషి అవుతుంది. 25 కోట్ల యావరేజ్ అంట, 25 కోట్ల కణాలు అంట. ఏ కణాలు వెళ్తాయి? 25 కణాల సముదాయంలోంచి ఒక్క కణమే ఫైట్ చేస్తుంది ఫెలోపియన్ ట్యూబ్లోకి. ఆ ఫెలోపియన్ ట్యూబ్లోకి వెళ్ళిన ఆ ఒక్క కణమే మనిషిగా జన్మిస్తారు. సో ఇక్కడ చూడండి, 24,99,999 అంటే ఇంతమంది ఓడించగలిగే కెపాసిటీ ఉన్న మనిషి భూమి మీదకి వచ్చాక పక్కవాడిని చూసి భయపడుతుంది. పోటీ. ఇప్పుడు చెప్పండి, నేను తెలుగులో చెప్తే బాగుంటుందా, ఇంగ్లీష్లో చెప్తే బాగుంటుందా? నా సెషన్ తెలుగులో బాగుంటుందా, ఇంగ్లీష్లో బాగుంటుందా?
లేట్ అవుతుంది సార్, టీచర్
పంపించేస్తాను. మీకు టైం అయిపోయిందండి? ఓకే, 5 minutes. సో టీచర్స్, వన్ థింగ్, మనం రోజు వస్తాం స్కూల్కి, కానీ నేను రోజు రాను. మాలాంటి వాళ్ళు ఎప్పుడో ఒకసారి వస్తాను. ముందు తెలుసా, మాకు కూడా కొన్ని ఉంటాయి కదా, చాలా ఉంటాయి. సో నేను అనేది ఏంటంటే, మనిషి యునిక్. ఎవ్రీబడి ఈజ్ అ యునిక్ క్యాపబిలిటీస్. ప్రతి ఒక్క మనిషి కూడా యునిక్గా ఉంటారు, యునిక్గా ఆలోచిస్తారు, యునిక్గా చేయగలరు ఏ పనైనా సరే. ప్రతి దానికి కూడా 4 రీజన్స్ ఉంటాయి. మన బాడీలో 4 హ్యాపీ హార్మోన్స్ ఉంటాయి. ఆ 4 హ్యాపీ హార్మోన్సే మన చాలా పనిచేయాలి. ఎగ్జాంపుల్, మీరు జాబ్ చేయాలన్నా ఆ హ్యాపీ హార్మోన్ యాక్టివేట్ అవ్వాల్సిందే. మీరు ఏదైనా పని చేయాలన్నా హ్యాపీ హార్మోన్ మీకు పర్మిషన్ ఇవ్వాల్సిందే. ఆ హ్యాపీ హార్మోన్ మీకు పర్మిషన్ ఇవ్వకపోతే మీరు చేయలేకండి. తెలుసా, మనలో ఉన్న హార్మోన్స్ మనకి నడిపిస్తాయి. మన పిట్యూటరీ గ్లాండ్ నుంచి అడ్రినల్ గ్లాండ్ వరకు కూడా ప్రతి దానికి నెగిటివ్స్ పాజిటివ్స్ రెండింటికి మనిషి కోపడతాకి హార్మోనే హ్యాపీగా ఫీల్ అవ్వడానికి హార్మోనే, దొంగతనం చేయడానికి హార్మోనే, దౌర్జన్యం చేయడానికి హార్మోనే, అబద్ధం ఆడటానికి హార్మోనే, నిజం చెప్పడానికి హార్మోనే, ప్రతి దానికి హార్మోన్. ఎంతమందికి తెలిసింది? ఇదొక పెద్ద సైన్స్, ఇదొక పెద్ద సైన్స్. దీన్ని థామస్ విక్టర్ మెకాలే గారి దేవల్ల కప్పేశారు, పూర్తి చేశారు. 1885లోనే 1835లోనే దీన్ని క్లోజ్ చేశారు. ఎందుకో తెలుసా? మీలో ఉన్న అద్భుతాన్ని మీరు ఆవిష్కరిస్తే ఇండియా ఎక్కడో అమెరికన్ దాటేది, బ్రిటన్ ఇవన్నీ దాటేదినా? మన ఇండియాలో కూడా ఇప్పటికీ కూడా ఉన్న ప్రతిభావంతులందరూ కూడా ఫారెన్కి వెళ్ళే వాళ్ళకి నౌకరీ చేస్తున్నారు తప్ప ఇండియాలో ఉండే అభివృద్ధి చేయట్లేదు. ఎందుకు? సిస్టమాటిక్ ప్రాసెస్, కంపారిజన్ అనే స్కిల్. ఇప్పుడు పెనుభూతం వైరస్ కాదండి, కరోనా వైరస్ కాదండి ప్రాబ్లం. కంపారిజన్, పోల్చుకోవడం పెద్ద కరోనా కన్నా డేంజర్. అది మనిషి అప్పుల్లో కూరుకోవడానికి మెయిన్ రీజన్ ఏంటో తెలుసా? పక్క వాళ్ళతో పోల్చుకోవడం. ఒక టీచర్ బయట ఉన్నారనుకోండి, ఇంకో టీచర్కి ఇంకో ఫీలింగ్ వస్తుంది, నేను కూడా తీసుకోవాలి, నెక్స్ట్ ఇయర్ కల్లా నేను తాగేయాలి. దానికి గాను హస్బెండ్స్ పాపం వాళ్ళ పరిస్థితి ఏంటో తెలియదు, వాళ్ళ ఉద్యోగాలు ఎలా ఉన్నాయో తెలియదు, వాళ్ళు ఎంత టెన్షన్స్లో ఉన్నారో తెలియదు. కానీ లేడీస్ అని అంటలేదండి. నేను వేళ్ళు వాళ్ళని ఎగ్జాంపుల్గా ప్రతి దాంట్లో సినారియో చూసుకోండి. ఫంక్షన్కి వెళ్తున్నప్పుడు కూడా పిల్లలండి, పిల్లలు రీబాక్ షూ అని అంటాడు. రీబాక్ షూ 5,000 రూపాయల షూ కావాలా? 5,000 రూపాయల షూ అది అన్న ఇంట్లో పెట్టుకునేదా? ఎక్కడో చోట పొరపాటున గుడి బయట వదిలిపెట్టి తీసుకెళ్తే అయిపోయింది 5,000. అంటే ఎక్కడ పెట్టారో పెడతలేదు డబ్బులు, ఎక్కడ ఇన్వెస్ట్ చేయాలో అక్కడ చేయట్లేదు. పిల్లలకి పెద్దవాళ్ళు కూడా, పేరెంట్స్ కూడా ఎక్కడ డబ్బులు ఇన్వెస్ట్ చేయాలో అక్కడ చేయట్లేదండి పిల్లల విషయంలో. ఐమాక్స్కో వెళ్తే అక్కడ పాప్కార్న్ 550 రూపాయలు ప్లస్ ట్యాక్స్ అని అంటే కడతారు. అవునా? అదే మీరు ఒక ప్రోగ్రామ్ ఉందండి చాలా యూస్ఫుల్, పేరెంట్స్ అందరికీ చేస్తున్నాము, మీరు అందరూ రావాలని అంటే రాదు. ఎక్కడ ఇవ్వాలో అది అవ్వట్లేదు. సొసైటీ అలా తయారైంది, మొత్తం డీవియేట్ అయిపోయాం. మనం డీవియేటెడ్ లైఫ్ అనేది లీడ్ చేస్తున్నాం. ఈ డీవియేటెడ్ లైఫ్ నుంచి బయటకు రావాలంటే కావాల్సింది ఏంటో తెలుసా? రీజన్. ప్రతి దానికి ఒక రీజన్ ఉంటుంది. నేను నెక్స్ట్ మంత్ సెషన్లో ప్రతి దానికి రీజన్స్తోనే చెప్తాను. ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్, అసలు ఈ రీజన్ ఎందుకు వచ్చింది, మీరు ఏదైనా అడగచ్చు. సార్ ఈ ప్రాబ్లం ఎందుకు వస్తుంది అంటే రీజన్తో, సైంటిఫిక్ రీజన్తో చెప్తాను, సైన్స్తో చెప్తాను. ఏ హార్మోన్ వల్ల ప్రాబ్లం వస్తుంది, మీరు తీసుకునే ఫుడ్లో ఏ ఫుడ్ వల్ల మీకు ప్రాబ్లం వస్తుంది, ఏ ఫుడ్ బ్యాలెన్స్ చేస్తారు. మీకు అనిపిస్తుందా? క్యూరియాసిటీ వస్తుందా? ఉంటారా? అది మాత్రం ఆ ఒకటే అడగండి సార్. సరే, వాట్ ఎవర్ ఇట్ ఈస్. ఒకటేంటి, యాజ్ ఎ మదర్, రెస్పాన్సిబుల్ మదర్, ఇప్పుడు మీరు తీసుకోవాల్సిన నెక్స్ట్ రోల్ అదే కదా. బాధ్యతాయుతమైన ఒక తల్లిగా ఇంట్లో పిల్లలు చూసుకోవాలి, హస్బెండ్ని అన్నీ చూసుకోవాలి. కాబట్టి ఇక మీ టైం, నేను ఈ అమూల్యమైన టైం నాకు ఇచ్చినందుకు చాలా సంతోషం. అలాగే ఈ సెషన్ ఎలా అనిపించిందో మీరు ఒక్కొక్కరు కూడా ఒక చిన్న స్మార్ట్ ఫీడ్బ్యాక్ ఉంటుంది. మేడం, కెన్ యూ ప్లీజ్ కమ్?
హలో, ఐఎమ్ స్వప్న, ఐఎమ్ బయోసైన్స్ టీచర్. ఈరోజు నేను వేణుగోపాల్ సార్ క్లాస్ విన్నాను, నాకు చాలా హ్యాపీగా ఉంది. సో నేను ఇంకా చాలా చేంజ్ చేసుకోవాలి అనుకుంటున్నాను ఈ క్లాస్ వల్ల. సో నెక్స్ట్ టైం ఐ చేంజ్ మై యాక్టివిటీస్ అండ్ మై పర్సనలైజేషన్. సో బెటర్. థ్యాంక్ యూ.
గట్టిగా మేడం, కొద్దిగా గట్టిగా చెప్పండి మేడం, కొద్దిగా ఫ్రంట్కి రండి మేడం, వినపడుతుంది.
మై నేమ్ ఇస్ యశోద. ఈరోజు వేణుగోపాల్ సార్ క్లాస్ చాలా బాగుంది. ఈగోస్ అనేది చిల్డ్రన్స్ ద్వారా కానీ పేరెంట్స్ ద్వారా కానీ చేస్తాం, అవి ఎలా ఫేస్ చేయాలి, లేకపోతే ఈ ఫీలింగ్స్ గురించి ప్రతిదీ కూడా మాకు ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తే చాలా ఎక్సలెంట్గా అనిపించింది. చాలా నాలెడ్జ్ తీసుకున్నాం. థ్యాంక్ యూ.
గట్టిగా మాట్లాడండి.
ఎల్కేజీ టీచర్. ఓకే, ఈరోజు వేణుగోపాల్ సార్ చెప్పిన క్లాసెస్ చాలా బాగా అనిపించినాయి. వెరీ యూజ్ఫుల్ టాపిక్ ఇన్. థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్ సార్, వెరీ థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్.
మై నేమ్ ఈజ్ మౌనిక. ఈరోజు వేణుగోపాల్ సార్ ఇచ్చిన క్లాస్ నాకు చాలా బాగా అనిపించింది. 1 అవర్ అయినా సరే చాలా బాగా చెప్పారు. ఈరోజు పర్సనాలిటీ డెవలప్మెంట్ నుంచి ప్రతిదీ, సైకాలజీ అన్నీ చాలా బాగా నేర్చుకున్నాం మేము. థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్.
My name is Rajita. Today I'm here in Venugopal sir class. నేను బిహేవియర్లో నేను నాన్ అసెప్టివ్ బదులుగా అసెప్టివ్గా ఉండాలని అనుకుంటున్నాను.
ఆయన ప్రశాంతి. ఈరోజు నేను వేణుగోపాల్ సార్ క్లాస్ విన్నాను. క్లాస్ వల్ల మనం పిల్లలతో ఎలా ఉండాలి, వాళ్ళతో ఎలా బిహేవ్ చేయాలి, వాళ్ళ మైండ్ సెట్స్ ఎలా ఉంటాయి, ఇవన్నీ కూడా తెలుసుకున్నాను. ఈ క్లాసు నెక్స్ట్ క్లాస్ కూడా వినాలని అనుకుంటున్నాను. థ్యాంక్ యూ.
మై నేమ్ ఈజ్ మోనిక. ఈరోజు వేణుగోపాల్ సార్ క్లాస్ చాలా బాగుంది. సైకాలజీ గురించి చాలా విషయాలు చాలా.
మై నేమ్ ఈజ్ అనుష. వేణుగోపాల్ సార్ చెప్పింది చాలా బాగుంది. 1 అవర్లో 4 టైప్స్ గురించి చెప్పారు. ఫీలింగ్స్, ఎమోషన్స్, బిహేవియర్ గురించి చెప్పారు. చాలా బాగా చెప్పారు. థ్యాంక్ యూ.
వేణుగోపాల్ సార్ చెప్పిన విషయం చాలా బాగుంది. 1 ఇయర్లో 1 అవర్లో వాల్యుబుల్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ఇచ్చాడు. సో आई कैन चेंज माई लाइफ. नाम टिंकू है. आज जो सर ने बताया बहुत अच्छा था. उससे मेरी लाइफ चेंज करने की कोशिश करूँ और बच्चों को भी यही ट्राई करें.
మేడం అక్కడ రీచ్ అవుతుందా వాయిస్?
మీరు కూడా కనిపించాలనుకో.
ఈరోజు క్లాస్ చెప్పారు కదా సార్, చాలా బాగుంది. మేము కూడా ట్రై చేస్తాము, వేరే వాళ్ళకి చెప్తాము. బాగుంది.
గోపాల్ సార్ చెప్పిన లెసన్ చాలా బాగుంది. మనం ఎలా చేంజ్ అవ్వాలి, పిల్లలతో ఎలా యాక్టివిటీ చేయించాలి, మన ఫ్యూచర్లో ఎలా నడుచుకోవాలి, బాగానే చెప్పారు. ఓకే, థ్యాంక్ యూ.
ఈరోజు వేణుగోపాల్ సార్ క్లాస్ చాలా బాగుంది. యాక్చువల్గా లైఫ్ స్టైల్ గురించి చేంజ్ చేసుకోవడం ఇన్ఫర్మేటివ్గా ఉంది. థ్యాంక్ యూ.